So let's crack on volume and area. Let's see. The diagram on the right, this one, show the smallest closed cylindrical container that contains 3 identical tennis balls. We can see 3 identical. Smallest means that it exactly touching. So the ball is exactly touching the wall, then the top is touching the top. Arrange one directly on top of the other. The radius of each tennis ball is 3.4. The height of the cylinder is h. Show that h. So I need to find the height of the cylinder. The only numerical information provided is the radius. So that is the key to get my height. So I need to find the connection between the radius and the height. Now always remember that very often in your question that has to do with a circle or a sphere, it's drawn as a circle, okay? It's about the fact that the radius, that's where they are showing you radius, but that radius can be drawn from the center to the edge of the circle in every direction. And usually the answer is not where they do draw that radius. So in this case, where are we considering? We are talking about the height. So that means the radius we are thinking about is this one here that go exactly across. Let's remove that one here. So I'm going to have a radius and a radius. And then the next one, again, I'm going to have radius and the radius. And then again, in that one, a radius and the radius. So all those radiuses will be the same as this height. So that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them multiplied, the length of each is 3.4. And when we put that in the calculator, indeed, we get 20.4 centimeters. Okay, let's have a look at next part. Hence, meaning what? With this knowledge, what is the knowledge? We know the height, 20.4, and we know the radius, 3.4. What do we need to do? Find the volume of the cylinder. How do we find the volume of any shape or area? We go to the table, we look for the formula. So when we go to the table, page 10, that's where we have the cylinder, and we have 2 formulas beside our shape. One is A, means area. The other one, let me just move that a little bit. The other one is V, means volume, and it is volume that we are looking for. So that's the formula. So the volume will equal what? Pi multiply. Don't forget, when there is no sign between the letters, we have what? Multiplication sign. Radius. What was our radius? 3.4. So 3.4, that radius taken to the power of 2, multiply, h is the height, and our height is 20.4. And we put all of that to the calculator. We press equal to the nearest whole number. Remember, when your calculator first will give you answer with pi, you have to change that to a decimal. So to the whole number will be 741. Don't forget about measurement centimeters cubed because it's a volume. Okay, let's have a look at last part of this question. So in this part, we have, just move that a little bit. So we have 3 tennis balls, could also be arranged one directly on top of the other inside closed rectangular box. So we're now moving away from the cylinder. We are going to rectangular box as shown below. Okay, we get that. So what do we need to do? We need to find the surface area of the smallest such rectangular box. When they are saying smallest, they mean that it will exactly touch the balls. I know, sounds weird. Okay, how do we do surface area? Well, we don't have a formula for this particular shape, but we can understand that I am having a shape here on top. Now, what kind of shape is that going to be? So if you think about it, I'm going to draw that from the top. So if I'm looking straight at it from the top, I'm seeing a shape, and then I'm seeing a circle that's exactly touching every corner. So that means that radius, 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 radius. So that means that this is a square. And what will be the length of this square? it will be radius and radius, isn't it? Radius and radius. So I have two radiuses here and two radiuses here. So I'm saying one part of the surface will be a square with measurement two radiuses and two radiuses, and I'm going to have one on top, one on the bottom, so there's going to be two of them. And now we are moving to the next part. So this surface here in front, that's a rectangle. So we know this one. This is going to be two radiuses. What about this one? Well, we know that is 6 of radiuses, isn't it? Now, the balls haven't changed from before, so the radius is the same, 3.4. So that means we already know the height here is not going to change. It will be 20.4. So this height will be 20.4. And here the radius is 2 multiplied by 3.4, and here as well 2 multiplied by 3.4 and 2 multiplied by 3.4. So how do we calculate the area of a square or rectangle? Always the same, we multiply the two sides. So that means 2 multiplied by 3.4, so that's one side, multiplied by the second side, 2 multiplied by 3.4, and we have two of them, so we multiply that by 2. So I'm just going to mark that one side, and that is second side, and we have two of them, and therefore plus in maths. Again, that side, which is 2 multiplied by 3.4, multiplied by the second side, which we already know is 20.4. And again, we have how many of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, and multiply by 4. So again, that is one side, and that is second side. And we put all of that in the calculator, we press equal, and we're going to get 647.36 centimeters squared. So there it is, we have our answer.